Hello, how are you doing? I'm Marlene Motivates, and I am your life coach. Welcome to today's live stream. I really appreciate everyone's support. Today, we're talking about pouring from an empty cup. So, let's get started with the channel song. Hold on one second, and I'm going to get it started. I hope you motivators family are doing amazing. I miss you guys so much. I don't think I have the channel song on here, but we'll just go right into the topic today. Today's topic is: Are you guilty of pouring from an empty cup? Shout out to always that girl. Shout out to my mods. Shout out to the channel members. I really appreciate. Hey, Daryl, how are you? Welcome, welcome. So, today I want to talk about, are you guilty of pouring from an empty cup? I think this is a very important topic because for so much of us as responsible adults, we get into that mode of pouring into everybody. It could be your spouse, your children, your friends. We all have so many responsibilities in life. But the balance here that I'm talking about is making sure that we remember ourselves, we show up for ourselves. And I know for sure that I hit rock bottom at a certain space in my life because I was doing so much for everybody and then I burned out. And you will burn out. You will um, give up on your goals and your hopes and your dreams because you could be in that season. And I don't know who has been through a season like this, but I have been through that season in my life where I was just constantly, I got to do this, especially if you have been a caregiver to your parents or somebody who has special needs or a combination of that. You're just depositing into everybody, depositing, pouring into, showing love, doing kind deeds. While none of it is wrong, it's not wrong to do nice things. It's not wrong to do kind things. But when you neglect yourself, now here is the problem. Daryl says, I am currently pouring from an empty cup. Well, today we're going to hope that this conversation will help you to get back on track. Now, that is the question right there. Daryl says he's pouring from an empty cup. Are you currently pouring from an empty cup? It's about learning how to find ourselves again. Um, yes. And my thing, always when I was doing it, I was taking care of my father when my father was with end stage cancer. And I had my mother who was up in age, also my special needs sister. So it was like caring for my father, caring for my mother, caring for my special needs sister. And when you are pulled, it's like somebody over here, I need you. Another, I need you. This one, I need you. And then don't even add to that cup, that plate, your work. Where do you find the balance? How can you find the balance? That is usually the struggle for most of us, finding that balance without the guilt. Hi Sarah, how are you doing? I am removing myself from the situation. Okay, Daryl says that's how he's dealing with it. He's removing himself from the situation. That could be one thing. My issue was I used to always feel like I was a bad sibling or I was a bad um, daughter or I was a bad coworker when I would say no. And let me read you something that I wrote down years ago when I started therapy. I deserve to have me. I deserve to have me, and you deserve to have you. And I will tell you what I mean by that. We will feel that other people are more important, they're more of a priority. And while it's a balanced thing, and not an egotistical thing that we're just saying, oh, I got all this stuff and I'm the best thing. No, we have to have a healthy amount of self-esteem, but not being egotistical, but also not being null and void of other people's feelings. So one thing that I had to learn how to be balanced in the way that I was showing up. Yes, you do kind things, but the thing is learning how to do so after. It's about prioritizing our well-being, prioritizing our mental health. And that's a balance that I definitely didn't have growing up, because if you were like me, I was raised to always do this. You have to do this. Hey, Nate, how are you? You have to do this for your family. You have to do this for your parents. You have to do this for your spouse. You have to show up, right? You got to do this for your job. And it's called, oh, you got to be a good team leader. You have to be loyal. Where's your loyalty, Marlene? Or insert your name. Where's your loyalty, Nate? Where's your loyalty, Daryl? Where's your loyalty always, right? People love to guilt you into doing things for them. It's a way of having power and having control over you. But you have to realize what is important. You're not going to be able to be your best self and your happiest self until you take care of yourself. And that's something that I know for sure I wasn't doing. Like, I literally, at the end of the day, I would just fall on the bed and pass out from sleep. I mean, pass out from exhaustion. Hey, Tasharia, how are you? And that was my problem. I didn't know how to say no. I didn't know how to be balanced. And after, you can be busy doing lots of things. You can be busy doing, giving back to the community. You can be supporting your family and friends, be it the best employee, right? All of those things are great things. That's amazing. But what is it? What is the value if you have no quality of life? And that was my thing right there. I had zero quality of life. You can be busy, you can be doing great things, and everybody can be applauding for you. But guess what that is? People are applauding because you are doing what they want you to do. And anytime when you are doing what everybody wants you to do, of course, everybody's going to like you. They're going to cheer for you. Oh, Marlene's the best. Nate's the best. Always is the best. Daryl's the best, right? People love you as long as they can use you. But when you stand up for yourself, when you are confident, when you assert yourself, hey, Eunice, how are you doing? I feel like I missed some comments. Tasharia says, hello, hello. Hi, Tasharia. Daryl says, I do for others, but I was volunteered for something and I declined. Yes. I am putting me first these days. Very good. I love to hear it. Always says they are set in their ways and they don't like to feel like they are needy. An empty cup is a metaphor for the universe and the supreme being. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Um, you're doing amazing, Eunice. Awesome, awesome. So that was my problem way back when, is finding that balance, learning how to show up for myself without that guilt thing, removing the guilt. So this is something that I want you all to start practicing if you have not already. Have your planner, your notebook, your whatever it is that you do to plan your day, and put in every single day certain times, no matter what it is, whether it's waking up early, it's staying up late, it's taking a long way home. If you want to be your best self and start filling up your cup, you have to make time for yourself. That's just it. It's not a question. It's mandatory. It's mandatory that you start showing up for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Mandatory. If you're asking, that's like asking for permission from other people. Um, may I do my hair? May I get a haircut? May I do this? May I do that? May I go for a walk? If you're always waiting for people to support whatever it is that you need, you will continue to be on empty. And that is the thing that I was doing before I learned about balance and boundaries. This is the very important part of this topic today. Are you pouring from an empty cup? Are you empty? And if you are feeling empty, it's something that I think everybody from one time or another, or maybe right now, that you feel hollow and empty because you have been doing too much, and you have to get into the mode of saying no, turning your phone off. Don't show up to places that that people aren't supportive, or they're the users. That's one thing that for sure I had to learn how to do, is just because people call or ask or request, it does not mean that you have to answer. It doesn't mean that you have to show up. And that is the part that most of us, we struggle with those things. Finding that balance, saying no to the people that we need to say no to, especially those that all they ever do is this. Do you guys have those people? They always have their hands out, right? They're begging, they're begging. Can you help me out? Can you help me out? Can I borrow some money? Can you take me here? Can you do this for me? Can you support this? And the job is always, hey, do you want some more overtime? I need you. I'm depending on you, right? And we can be so much depending on people, can be depending on you so much that you forget to that you need yourself. Hey Keisha, how are you? Yes, happy Monday to the Motivators family. I hope everybody is well. Yes, happy Monday from Tasharia and Keisha, always, and Nate and Miss Eunice. She greets everybody, and we all hope you are well. Oh, and Daryl, Fire with Dr. Ninja Turtle. Shout out to the Motivators family. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. So, one of the things that I had to honestly learn was I had to learn that I was important. When you hold yourself in high value, high esteem, you're going to make different moves. Okay? And I had to start, not that I didn't love myself, not that you don't love yourself, but you have to remind yourself. We all need these reminders. I am important. I am valuable. I have great things to do. But in order to actually feel that you are important, it means that you got to get into resting well. So it means you got to have some limits, where the times where you cut things off, you cut yourself from being available. And that is one of those things where you can most definitely be on empty, be on E, just like that gas tank. When it's on E, we will either will crash out, you're going to have angry outbursts, your health will start to become affected, your finances will be affected, you will be unhappy, there will be zero peace. Everybody is different when it comes to being on E. Some people, their empty cup shows up with anger, some it's health problems, others is they have no peace of mind. We're all different. We're all different, ladies and gentlemen, and we all have different wants, needs, and desires. But one thing all of us, as motivated, positive, strong people, should all possess is our own personal value, our own goals in life, and peace of mind. And we cannot have that if we are not prioritizing ourselves. So, another thing that I want you to write down on your list is I am a priority. I am a priority. And when you look at yourself as something, as a priority, as something valuable, you're going to start acting differently. Okay. And I want the best for you. I want you to be your best and your happiest self. Okay. Thank you so much always for putting in the members emojis. Nate says self love, self motivation, and good rest. That's all a part of pouring into yourself. And listen, listen to this, everybody. If you don't love yourself, trust me, other people know that. People love to use individuals that they know that they don't love themselves. They know that they can easily influence them. They know that they can control them. So people will honestly take advantage of you if you keep saying yes, if you keep doing what they want you to do, if you're easy to control, they're going to continue until you put your foot down, ladies. You put your foot down, gentlemen. You say no and you keep yourself busy. See, the thing about not having an empty cup, you have to start filling your schedule with things that make you feel good. And that was something very important for me. And I'm sure that it's important for you. Instead of just saying, oh, I work all the time. And I know that balance of you work and you're at home and you're tired and you really don't want to do anything. Hey, God, 365 nonstop. How are you doing? Welcome. I know about that balance part of you got to work, and then when you come home and you're tired and you have responsibilities, you have your family, if you have children, if you got a lot of things that you have to juggle, but you also have to remember that you have to do some things and have your own life. Okay, this is a reminder for whoever needs to hear it. Just as you show up for other people, it's time that you start putting things on the list for yourself, those goals, the leadings of the spirit, the things that you have been wanting to do, that you've taken yourself off track from that purpose. Whatever that was for you. For me, I had took myself off of doing my motivational things because busy working and busy doing this and busy doing that. Just because we are busy, it doesn't mean that we're balanced. Here comes that word that we usually don't like. Balance is essential in not being empty. We fill our cup up by doing things that make us feel good. And for me, I love giving back to the community. I love to support other people, especially young women and children, the homeless. I love to give back. I love to be in my ministry work. There's some things that I personally love to do. You know, we're all different. We all love different things. For some of you, it may be art or mechanic work, singing, painting, fishing. We all have things that we do to recharge our batteries. So if there's some things that you love to do, these are the things that you need to put that in your schedule right now today. The things that make you feel good, things that put a smile on your face, that give you peace of mind. The only way that you can enjoy your life, you can recharge your batteries is that you have to do things that makes you feel good. And for me, I love to read. I'm an active reader. I love to give back in ministry, but in taking care of me, that also means that I have to take care of my physical body. I have to prioritize time for exercise. And it doesn't have to be a long period of time, short periods of time work too. So don't think, oh, I don't have any time. I have so much things to do. It's not about 2 hours or 3 hours. It's about putting 5, 10, 15 minutes into doing things that makes us feel good. So waking up early in the morning, I like to wake up in the morning and I like to read my affirmations. I like to read my devotional. I like to read my very important things so that I can feel great. Hey, Boss Life Online, how are you doing? Welcome. Let's see. Me being a PK kid, always did community work even when we didn't want to. hmm And I think that that's something that is important. Yes. Oh, yes. God 365. You love to praise. You love to praise God. That's a wonderful, that's a part of your ministry. And that's a part of the things that you want to do. Yes. That's very good. I'm glad you guys had a wonderful weekend. Always says, Marwin, you stand up for what you believe in. Be prepared for people to walk away from you. And that's the truth. And I had to understand that part. Um, I really did. I had to understand that part. And you all, my motivators family, we have to understand too when you start making changes to what you've been doing, probably being unbalanced, letting people walk over you, letting people use you, let people control you. Um, you have to stop that. Like even when you feel inclined, do not answer that phone. Uh, Tune in to the words coming out of my mouth. Do not answer that phone. Do not listen to that guilt. Well, if you don't do it, I don't have anybody to help me. Or can you help me out this one time? Can I hold? Notice they say hold. Can I hold some money? Ooh, what about that last money I let you hold that you did not give back to me? You have to realize that people are users. The main category of people who use you is the ones that are closest to you, your relatives, your blood relatives, your children, spouse, significant other, whoever is closest to you, and you may care about them, but it's that striking that balance, not letting yourself drown, not allowing other people's mental health issues or their problems and their manipulation and their anger and their whatever cause you to be on empty, because we're all emotional beings. We all have feelings. We care about others, but will you allow the care and concern for everybody to allow you to forget about yourself? And I had to ask myself that before, like, hmm, when's the last time you did a vacation? I don't mean you plus children, you plus spouse, you plus other relatives, you plus friends. I mean your own personal vacation. Hmm. It's time for you to add that to your list. Or, going for a walk, going to the gym, doing your favorite hobbies and activities, just doing those things. And I noticed that the more that I started to schedule time for me, the more my cup started to fill up. And now I'm at the point where I am overflowing because I have been sick since Friday. And I gave myself that permission. I'm not answering the phone. I'm not doing anything for anybody. I'm going to lay here and rest. Sometimes that is the way of pouring into yourself. Sometimes you need to rest. Sometimes it means you got to take care of your mental health. Other times it means you have to go and see your doctor to check in on how you're physically doing so you actually know. It includes what you're eating. It's a lot of things. But we each have to know who we are, what we need, and what's important for us. Yeah. Yes. Let's see what I mean. Let's see. Yes. It's always the ones closest to you. hmm It's always the people who are closest to you that will use you, that will even stab you in the back. The people that you love them so much, the people that you have prioritized, they will hurt you and they will continue to hurt you, continue to use you, continue to manipulate you, continue to take advantage of you until you say no. Until you stop it, you will be empty. And You have to say no, you know? Yes. Yes. Thank you so much always. You really do. You have to stop it. You have to say no, and you have to mean it. So instead of being guilty about pouring into yourself, it's all about changing the narrative, what you say to yourself, okay? Instead of saying, I don't have time for me, pivot that, pivot the mindset, pivot the conversations, the self talk, and start saying, I make time for me. You see how that is vastly different? That's a difference of light from darkness to light. We have to take ourselves out of those toxic thinkings, saying, I'm too busy. That's too expensive. I don't have the time. All of those are excuses. If you keep making excuses, you will never have, get, and be what you want in this life. Okay. Um, Keisha says, same, Marlene. I was not feeling my best self the last 4 days. So I stayed home, put my phone on Do Not Disturb with calls forwarded to my voicemail. Yes. And that's a part of your self awareness. You have to know when things aren't okay. When you feel you're stressed out, maybe you haven't been eating well. We each have to be honest and then self regulate, self fix. And that's a part of that reset. Just like you hit the reset button on maybe your TV or your phone, maybe when you have to shut down and turn it back on, the same thing. You may have to shut down from doing all of those things where you are not balanced. You got to shut down from all of that toxicity, that negativity, that all of it, and put out a new narrative for yourself. I'm not going to answer the phone. I will not go back and forth. That's one of those things that I know for sure drains me. Arguing with foolish people. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going back and forth with you. I'm not going to explain why I value myself. I'm not going to explain what I do with my money. Stop that. Stop all that toxicity motivators. You don't have to explain why you choose yourself. You don't have to explain why you're minding your business, okay? Why you're going to the doctor. People will laugh at you because they don't have the courage to do what you do. They'll laugh at, oh, you're going on vacation. Look at you wasting money. Oh, you're doing this or you're that. Oh, I would do that if I had nothing else to do. People love to project their fears, their insecurities, their drama, their whatever, their lies, because a lot of people are very unbalanced. They're in toxic relationships. They're around toxic people. When you shift and you move from the toxicity and you come over to the light, to the peaceful side, to choosing yourself, to self respect, to prioritizing yourself. That's about self care. It's self care. It is self love. It's self respect. Is trusting your faith. For me, that's about trusting God. That we cannot have these things that we feel that we want God to do for us, and how can you show up for God if you're not okay? It's that balance thing that yes you do, and you help, heavy on help. You help people so that they can help themselves. Helping people does not mean that you're the only one doing anything and they just sit back. If all they do is begging, hey, give me some money, hey, do this, hey, do that, they have to, okay, this is what I've done already, I'm asking for some assistance. That's a different thing, asking for assistance. But if that person is just sitting back and just waiting for you to give until you have nothing, that's not helping. That right there is enabling. And I learned all about enabling when I was in therapy. And we enable to disable. Hang on to this message right here. We enable to disable. And if you hear anybody saying that, they stole it from Marlene Motivates, because I say that all the time. We enable people to disable them, that they cannot function, and they have to depend on us. So we have to stop enabling people, your children, your siblings, parents, your spouse, whoever is in your life. You have to stop enabling people, doing everything for them that they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to be independent. They don't know how to make their own decisions. So we definitely need to stop that. Um, Daryl says that sounded like gaslighting. I am here to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Yes. And part of that benefit is to be in your purpose, live life with peace, live life with passion. And I learned, my dad used to say, if people were only subtracting from you and they're not adding, then you need to subtract yourself from their life. If all you are is giving to others and they never give to you, and it's not always the financial aspect, that adding to you could be emotional support, it could be spiritual support, it could be just compassion, a listening ear. But there has to be something that they're giving to you. It can't always be help me, help me, help me. I need, right? What about ourselves? We need ourselves. We need our peace. We need our good health. We need things that sharpen us. You know, there's nothing like having friends or people who really love us and just say, hey, I'm just checking on you. Are you okay? That does a world of good for our spirit. It makes us feel seen, that we're valuable, that we're appreciated. If only the conditions, if people only come in with conditions, I'll do this if you do this for me. Mm-mm. It should not be that way. So I just wanted to tap in with this message today and to tell you all to strike that balance. Find your new normal. If you've got off track, if you've if you've allowed people to do no, cut them off. Say no. The balance is required in all relationships, from your work to your relatives to your romantic relationship to your friendships. And if individuals don't know how to honor you, if they don't know how to respect your boundaries, then you need to be doing some of the next step, and that is cutting off. Some people, they don't won't ever get it. You have to block them. Block for your mental health, block for your peace, block for your financial freedom, block because they are dragging you down like those crabs in the barrel. They will drown you to save themselves. And that's not going to happen. Okay. So I hope this message was beneficial. I hope it was inspiring. I hope there was something from this topic today that got your wheels turning, and thinking of, maybe I do need to reset. Maybe you do need to get that balance of maybe your exercise, your the way that you're eating, the time you spend on yourself. Or it could be even simple things as taking that bubble bath, making sure you're doing your skincare routine. You take care of your hair and your teeth and your skin. You get into the things that fill up your cup, the things that you absolutely love to do. Do those things and take a deep breath. We need to do that more, motivators family. Take a deep breath and relax. Don't let others' projections, don't let other people's problems be something that you feel that you got to carry. Oh, I have to do this because that's my sibling. I have to do this because that's my child. I have to do that because that's my parent. No, you don't have to. You know, you don't have to. You can help, you can assist, but everything in life is mandatory that we are balanced. It's mandatory that we say no. It's mandatory that we show up for ourselves. You know, the more that I have been taking care of myself, I've been going to the dentist lately, and that has been something that I hate. But I know that in the long run, I'm going to look at myself and I'm going to love my smile more. I've been, shopping and buying things that I want, going on vacations, just turning off my phone, spending time by myself, journaling, appreciating life, and being thankful for what I offer to this world. And it's significant. Are you showing up in this world with peace and joy? Do you honor yourself? Do you appreciate yourself? Are you your own friend? These are the things that happen when you pour into yourself. And I've been loving myself. I have been celebrating myself. I have been saying no and meaning it. Stand your word, stand your ground, know your worth. And like always says, if you stand up for yourself, people will walk away. You have to be prepared when you say no. You have to be prepared when you're not going to let them, whatever their manipulation, their tactics, their drama, their negativity, their gaslighting, their trying to abuse you financially, emotionally, and spiritually. Do not allow their projections of whatever they have going on to stop you from enjoying life. Yes, Gio. Gio says, yes, celebrate you. You have to celebrate yourself. You got to applaud for yourself. Oh, thank you, Daryl. I still got some dental work that I am working on, but I don't know who this message is for. And the Spirit told me that I need to share it. But stop making excuses for the things that you need to do. For a long time, I've been wanting to work on my smile and make it better and brighter. And I'm going to do that. I've been wanting to do some things like joining the gym and doing some solo travel. And I'm going to do it. Even if you can only do a little bit, maybe 2 days, 3 days, a week, but you have to prioritize yourself. You have to celebrate yourself. You work hard. You're a good person. You deserve respect, but it starts with respecting yourself. If you don't show people how you treat yourself, they're going to set the standard. They're going to say, "Oh, I can lie to them. I can pull the strings. I can puppet them. I can make them feel guilty and then they'll do it. I can just apply a little pressure and I'll have them right in the palm of my hand." Don't let people play you. You deserve better than that. Know that you are enough. You are worthy. Okay? You are enough and you are worthy. Okay? And I am going to end right now. And I thank you all so much for the support. Thank you for all the comments in the comment sections. Shout out to my mods. Shout out to my channel members. Shout out to anybody who is new here. Stand up for yourself. Know your worth. Set boundaries. And at any time, you can reset. I am Marlene Motivates, your life coach. And you know what I say over here. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life. Everyone, have a wonderful rest of your day and fill up your cup. No boundaries, self respect, choosing yourself, resetting, and getting your rest. I will see you guys back on Thursday with the Red Zone series with Boss Life Online and myself. My time is 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Geo's time is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on her channel. So I will see you guys there. Peace, guys.